Right, welcome back guys, it's Mike from Enkai here, and just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of this deconstruction for Parlez Vous Anglais. If you don't already know it, it's a banger from Aitch and Headie 1, amazing track. Featuring a now very prominent sample from Al Hark, who is an amazing musician, percussionist, and I highly recommend going to check out his website, Minter Lab Foundry. Here it is, minterlabs.com. Al Hark is the genius behind the sample that you hear sitting behind the whole track. Let's just get this in isolation so you know what I'm talking about. That is Al Hark. I was just curious how this loop inspired a drill beat, because I would never listen to this loop and make a drill tune. Like, that's not where my ears went when I hear stuff like this. So massive credit to the producers and the writing team. What I'm going to do is I'll create a new audio track and just duplicate this and pull it out, because essentially how you approach this is, with any sample, you just got to find the bits that are interesting to you. I'm just making sure this isn't too loud because everything's been mixed, and that's soloed. Yeah, hopefully that's not blowing your ears off. So yeah, you just got to find your intro section, pretty simple, and then your verse and hook bits. Ableton already knows what my project tempo is. UK grime and drill tracks usually sit around the 140 BPM mark. So it's already warped this to sit nicely in my mix. Although, yeah, and I've done like micro adjustments to make this sound better. So, but when you first drag your loops in, a lot of loops are kind of programmed to work with your DAWs very well. But if you've got audio that you want to use, you've dragged it in and it's not fitting the timing correctly, you've got to go in and do a bit of work, and that work is putting in your slice markers and making micro adjustments to where the percussion is hitting so that it's in time with everything else that's in your project. I was referencing the original track, and then the intro was fairly obvious where that came from. The verse sections were pretty easy to find. It's all just in sequence, but you just got to make them fit your project. That's the intro section again, used as a verse. And then this is where it gets hooky. Some sexy saxophone. Verse again, and then like big finale. Oh, you know what? I think I've deleted more tracks than I should have. There you go. Yeah, and some of these sections are like double layered, so this, I color coded them so I know what I'm hearing. Later on in the song you do hear these flutes with the sax, so let's put these both on solo. This is why I made another track down here. You can hear a little bit of clashing. And I'll confess, I didn't spend a lot of time trying to make this sound all gelled together in a perfect mix, because I just wanted to know, the arrangement formula. But in the context of the full song, it doesn't sound bad. But to summarize, the hardest bit of your work is finding the sample sections you want, marking them and warping them to sit where you need them to hit in the right places. And then you can just move on to the next section, which is just mostly percussion and bass. I don't know if they added their own bass, apart from the 808, which is quite obvious. I don't know if they reinforced the bass guitar the way that I did, just using the stock Logic instrument. But I think I also did this because I wanted to know what notes are being played. So I was just messing around on my keyboard, found the song sections, and then writ that in to just sit with the bass that's playing in the loop. hopefully you can hear the bass on the sample. It's very quiet. But anyways, moving on, after I got the bass line laid down, it was just about the next element. So I've actually layered a low end kick, a high end kick, and a mid kick together. It's probably way too much, but I was just messing around until I could feel it, you know, booming through my speakers, and came up with the pattern. Let's tell that 808 to settle for a sec. Alright, let's take a look at this 808. Again, referencing the original track, I would just play around until I can find the right notes. And I think this is Native Instruments massive. Native Instruments do a UK drill kind of pack called Lockdown Grind. I'm pretty sure that's where this 808 came from. And you can remake this in any synth, really. Definitely any wavetable synth. If that's something you'd like to see, like 808 sound design with synths and stuff like that, I can do a separate video. Next up, we've got the percussion, and these are all kind of spacey and in their own area, but yeah, we'll get this playing and I'll bring these in bit by bit. There's like a mixture of manually played in samples, some tambourines that I dragged in from my loop libraries, some chopped up hi-hat stuff, and yeah, all together it creates that bounce. And that's the meat and bones of the track. So I'm going to let that play through and stop rambling on. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments. This is going to eventually be uploaded to my Patreon site, so you can download the project, make tweaks, figure things out, tell me what I did wrong, and yeah, we'll all move on with our lives. So you enjoy listening to this, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace. Thanks, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.